Yo, welcome back to another episode of Player versus Team, and I'm back with my guys, my main guy, DJ Micah B, and my co-host, Steaming Willie Beeman.
What's up, fellas?
Hey man, y'all don't mind Willie today. I know he look a little bit different, but don't mind Willie today.
So DJ Micah B, I heard you got a special announcement for the crowd. You want to go and let them know what's up?
I mean, listen, man, look. I am permanently on the Thursday show of PVT right here from the sideline. I will no longer be on Basket to Basket. I will be on Gentleman's Talk and PVT from here on out, and I can't be more excited about joining this team right here, man.
We stole him like a thief in the night.
Like a thief in the night. He said the vibe was too good over there.
Hey, I caught about 15 minutes. I caught about 15 minutes of Gentleman's Club. I was about to he trips out let me on, but I definitely want to try to get onto that. I definitely want to get onto that next one.
Oh yeah, bro. Hey, bro. Say look, whenever you ready, man, I'll drop it in the PVT chat. You welcome anytime.
Appreciate it.
The same way. Hey, we tell anybody on any From the Sideline show, y'all welcome anytime. Because when people from the sideline pop up, it's just a good old time because we know you popping up because you got something to say, brother.
Oh yeah. For sure.
You got something to say. Like we got a lot to say tonight, and it's about to go down. Move.
Take it away, let's go down, fellas. Have we been paying attention to NCAA football and what is going on with the transfer portal and all this NIL stuff?
Yes.
I know one thing I've been paying attention to that, and I also been paying attention to the state of Florida because I know one thing: Florida and Florida State don't get it together. Both them coaches gone. And Mike Norrell just got that contract. He just got it. And boys can get it together. He gone.
We definitely gonna talk about a little Florida State and Mike Norvell later, and just about his future in the NCAA with Florida State. But before we get there, let's talk about these guys foregoing their season in order to enter the transfer portal. Basically, redshirting, right? So the story is we have a quarterback named Matthew. What is his name? Real quick, I got to get the last name because we got to be
specific.
Got to be professional, definitely. His name is. Let me see. Hold on, because me and Mel was just talking about it earlier. This guy right here. Yep. All right. Matthew Sluka is his name. Matthew Sluka, quarterback for UNLV Rebels, has the UNLV currently sitting at 3-0. Decided to redshirt his season and to basically forego his season and enter the transfer portal at the end of the season. Story is that he was apparently promised $100K in NIL verbally from an assistant coach. Played or received quote unquote $3,000 as a kind of a hold'em, right? And I guess he hadn't received any payment since then and decided to redshirt and forego his season. A lot of people are speculating that he quit and gave up on his team. NIL is directly responsible for this. There's a problem with guys following the money instead of focusing on football. So my question to you guys is, do you guys think that he is right? Do you guys think that he's valid in leaving? DJ, I'm gonna start with you.
I don't know this guy's personal background. I don't know if his family is living in poverty or anything like that. So I really don't want to comment on the money side of it. I'm just going to comment on the football side of it. Is he right in leaving after he was guaranteed something that he wasn't given? I mean, technically he has a point if he was promised that he was going to start if he committed, right? Back in the day, you see a lot of people, man, you're going to start and this and that, and college held all the power. They did. So
Yep.
no, I kind of don't have a problem with him leaving in a sense of I was promised this, and this didn't happen. As far as it pertains to starting. But if you got an old-fashioned ass whooping and just got beat out for the starting position and now you're mad because the team didn't go with you, I mean, you kind of punked out. I'm not going to lie to you.
And let me clarify, this is strictly over NIL. He was already the starting quarterback. Right. This is strictly over NIL.
Right, you kind of punked out. And Moo, you know, Willie, you also know too. We've talked about this multiple times on this show. Y'all talked about it on Inside the Huddle, and we've talked about it on a little bit on Gentleman's Talk. The NIL has pros and cons, but when it comes to you competing for a starting position, if you're scared of competition and you get beat out, and all you want to do is transfer because you got beat out, I mean, it is what it is. To me, you pussy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Amen to that.
I'm to the point now where it's like, okay, if you promise something, but somebody more talented comes in and that's who the coach wants to go with over you after a year, and the coach signs off on your NIL deal or gives you his blessing to go into the transfer portal and find someone else because they believe in somebody else more than you, cool. But if you're just running from competition, I mean, you should still, I mean, what's the point? You lost. You're fucking lost. That's all it is. No coach is going to go with the less talented quarterback over the most talented quarterback. You lost. You're not good enough to start for that team. And it's not me saying you can't go to another situation and be better, but this is one of the problems I have with NIL from the get-go. It should not mean you get to transfer and start immediately. You still have to sit the year out if you go from one school to another. You should still have to. Unless you can apply for an appeal and the coach signs off on the appeal. Like this is it's to a point now where I feel like it's getting stupid. It's getting absolutely ridiculous where y'all are just running from fucking competition. If you want the starting spot, be better. Now, if they offer you the starting spot, and let's just say, hey, we're gonna offer you the starting spot, and $6,000 a week. I know your family's doing this, and that, and then it's like, hey, we're taking away the money. We're not offering you $6,000 a week because you're not starting. You have a case for me then there. But outside of that, there should be no case. And I'm tired of people running from competition. You're just not good enough. And if you want to go to a lesser college to start, and it doesn't necessarily got to be a lesser college. It's got to be a program that needs a better quarterback than what they have. I mean,
or maybe JUCO.
Or JUCO, right? So like somebody like Cam was at Florida, took a back seat, went to Blinn, and then came back and went to Auburn.
Yep.
But he had to sit out. I have no problem with that. Zero.
Follow the rules.
Right. Y'all know where I stand with this, man. Look, if you get beat out, dog, you get beat out. If you're promised something and somebody else just so happens to come along after you sign and you promise something, you should be allowed to go wherever else you want to go to make the impact where you want to go, especially if money was involved with NIL. So that's how I feel about it. If money wasn't involved, nah, sit your ass out for a year. Get better. You chose to be redshirted, sit your stupid ass on the sideline for a year. That's real.
Willie?
I got a problem on the other end. I agree with DJ Michael B for sure on part from the player side of things. My issue is with the transfer portal because the transfer portal itself is still controlled by the NCAA. So they're up here making rules as they see fit NIL is still not regulated, at least not to the way it should be, in my opinion. So with those two things, it create loopholes for these players to go out and basically be punks, basically. Because if it comes down to a roster decision, you're not happy with your position, you're not happy where you are, and you're not going to try to change it or compete to change it. You're just going to take advantage of the transfer portal and go. And there's no consequence for you doing that, like DJ Michael B just said. You don't have to sit out. You can just go to the other school and start if you're good enough. I don't think that's right. But I also look at the NCAA. I also look at NIL. And NIL should be better regulated, and that transfer portal should come down with a permanent set of rules that we all know. So everybody has to abide by those. You saw the last season when Dion did all that recruiting for Colorado. After last season was over, they changed the rules to the transfer portal. So now you can't really do what Dion did anymore. So you need to stop. You need to come up with a regular NIL better, control that transfer portal to where everybody's on the same playing field, and go from there.
That's a good point.
That is a really fair point. And I think with these guys, there's somebody else from UNLV. Let me see, find his name. I think his name is Marcus Allen. He's a third string running back. He also left. I think.
Did you say third string, fourth string?
Let me be sure, because I believe he was. Yes. Let me see. Yes, he's the fourth, quote unquote, the fourth leading rusher on the team, which means to me he's the second or third string running back. Or the third.
All I need to know right there.
But he also has decided to leave the team. There's also a guy from USC who's also left the team as well. Came from Georgia. Bear Alexander is also redshirting and foregoing his season. And it seems to me like this is all due to NIL, all due to the transfer portal. These guys are being recruited, being promised, a certain, dollar amount to come play for this team. And I guess when they get there, they're not getting that amount. And, for somebody who's played college football, and just playing devil's advocate here, somebody who's played college football and understands the grind that goes into the game, I understand where they're coming from. A lot of guys are going to be, promise things word of mouth. A lot of coaches are going to come and, approach you for your talent and try to get you and try to, use you essentially to grow their program, grow their team, and for your talent, but not really give you anything in return. So guys are promised, like, oh, I'm gonna give you $100K to come over here and play quarterback for me at UNLV, and I get you at this level, and I'm saying, regardless of the fact of what level he was at, because he was at Holy Cross prior to him coming to UNLV, so putting him on a bigger stage, but him delivering, right? I got you guys 3-0, right? Like we're ranked number 13, number 12 in the country right now. So like, and you said that y'all are going to pay me $100K to come here and play, but I haven't received a dime of that. And even if you do give me $3K per game, like like some reports are coming out here saying, that still doesn't equal up to $100K for the season. So when you look at that aspect and look at probably what they probably promised the young guy and Marcus Allen and Bear Alexander coming from Georgia, a prestigious SEC school, national championship probably under his belt, and they're promising these guys, like for Bear Alexander's case, for example, they bought a whole new house in SoCal, downtown LA, beach house, right? So like bringing these guys out here and not, I guess, paying them the number that you promised when you're raking in all of these millions of dollars based off their name and based off what they're doing on the field. Yes, I can kind of understand where they're coming from in that aspect. So, and
that's why I said you need to regulate that NIL better, because now you're looking at coaches using it as a manipulation tactic, so to speak, and that's not right either. That's not fair to the player. You promised me a set amount, I need to get set amount.
That's true. And a lot of guys are, they're coming out saying, oh, well, you should have got it in writing. You should have got it in this. You should have got it in that, and whatever the case may be. And then the NIL collective from UNLV has also came out and made a statement as well, saying that, like regardless of the fact of what the coach said, we never put anything in writing. We have never came out and verbally said anything that this kid, NIL. So I think there's fault to be blamed to be put on both sides, but at the same time, it's like a coach has to understand, like, you can't just go out willy-nilly and be like, yeah, I'm going to give you $100K to come play at my school when you didn't go to the NIL to talk about this. You didn't, contact the school to talk about this. Like, you're not the coach that's giving these guys the checks or whatever the case may be. So, like, you essentially promising a kid money that you can't necessarily produce, to me, is crazy, and it's selling a dream. And it's unfair to the kid because they want to come and play football, and they're thinking, okay, I'm going to come play football, and this guy is going to make this amount of money while doing so, but I'm not receiving it. So, like, I definitely understand where they're coming from. I just think that, like Willie said, like DJ Michael B said, it definitely needs to be regulated. Like, I've been on that stance for the longest time. There needs to be some type of regulation for this type of thing because this is going to keep happening, right? A lot of guys are going to keep getting promised a lot of shit, and when they don't come through, a lot of guys are going to be like, yeah, I'm leaving then.
I need every college player to understand right here, right now. Word of mouth does not hold up in court.
Neither do handshakes.
Mm-hmm. Handshakes don't hold up in court. If they are telling you they want to give you $100,000 for you to come play at the university, you need to sign a contract. And a lot of schools have found that loophole. A lot of recruiters have found that loophole because a lot of these college kids don't have agents because they can't afford a freaking agent. They can't afford an agent. So, in the sense, bro, if you're not signing that dotted line, nothing is guaranteed to you. I could tell you, come play for me, I will make you $1 million. Doesn't matter how much you make from here on out. You signed me because you believed me to make you $1 million. I don't have to pay you $1 million. You believed in me to make sure you got $1 million. Unfortunately, that right there is the reality of America.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And remember, you're dealing with, and you brought it up earlier, that a lot of these kids don't have agents, and that's true. But they're also not taking the time to educate themselves in the form of the business world, to learn how businesses work, to know what you can, to know what you can't do, to know how to carry yourself in these meetings, and be savvy enough to not get snowed over. You giving a 17, 18-year-old kid $1 million, they're just gonna look at that money. Okay, cool, I'm good. But in reality, it's more to it than that. And there's nobody telling these kids that, hey, it's more to it than this. You need to be educated. Let me take you under my wing and show you. And there's nobody doing that.
Yep. And I like I've been saying for the longest time, that's the ultimate problem is you give a lot of these kids millions of dollars and promise them millions of dollars. You put them in cars, you put them in fancy clothes, you put them on TV and give them all this airtime and stuff like that. And you essentially turn them into a bigger.
At 17 and 18.
Yeah.
17, right? Like
they never been nowhere but their mama house.
Exactly. Right. Like these guys are used to going to the movies and, going bowling and laser tag. Right. Now you're turning them into a national superstar. 17 and 18, giving them millions of dollars, giving them a fast car, and wonder and is surprised as to why they go out and they do reckless things. And what Mel said, I was actually just going to bring it up. Matthew Sluka and Bear Alexander and Marcus Allen, they all have agents. Every single one of them, which is kind of crazy to me because a lot of these that's the thing that's mind blowing to me is that you guys are coming in with agents already as a 17, 18-year-old kid with an agent trying to speak or trying to play football, but at the same time it's like you're trying to be in a professional setting. So at this point in time, you might as well forego the college season and just enter the draft.
Yep.
At that point.
Yep.
You have an agent already. If you already feel like you should be making millions of dollars, then enter the draft. Go ahead and play football with the grown men, because that's what
Maurice Claret was a couple of decades too early.
So like, I mean, it's like we've been saying it for the longest time. It's going to get messy. It's going to be a problem. And
get worse or get better.
And this is another thing. Like if you coaches talking to these kids' agents, right? Oh well, yeah, we'll give them 100. We'll give them 100K. We'll give him $200K. We'll give him 1.5 mil to come play for us. It's like that's still like you still got to get that in writing, big dog. As an agent, you should know that, right? And depending on who his agent is, because a lot of people will go with close family members as their agents, you know. So it's like depending on who the agent is, if they've been in the business, if they've been around the business, if they understand how NIL works and how college football works, then they would have understood. Like, hey, shit, y'all gotta something gotta give. And Mel is just giving us a little preview about how we finna explode about this tomorrow.
Best damn football show on the internet, period. It's been a while since I told y'all that. Make sure you check out Inside the Huddle tomorrow. Y'all know what time it is, man. Okay, go ahead, man.
Appreciate you for that plug-in, though, my boy. But final question before we move on to some other things. Gonna do a quick little pivot here. Do y'all think that the NIL and the transfer portal is ruining college football as we know it right now? Willie, I'm gonna start with you.
I don't think it's ruining the game yet. I don't think it's got to that point where it's ruining the game as of yet. But if you don't get this thing under control, it can. But I don't think it's ruining the game just yet.
DJ?
Oh, am I looking at this right? The Giants down by 1? Oh,
they're down by 2. It's 17-15.
Okay. Oh, Lord.
I know you don't got your glasses on, so
Bruh. If the Cowboy, and I heard that, by the way, but anyway, listen, if the Cowboys lose this game,
I will absolutely love it. Stand up, NYG.
If they lose this game, bro, we got to roast them. We got to roast them.
Okay,
talking about
going back to what you asked, Moo. Do I think NIL is ruining college football or just college sports? Period. No, I don't think it is, and the reason why I don't think it is because there has been a lot of people upon years that have been benefiting from free play of these athletes, and a lot of these athletes get injured in college and never make it pro. And what happens when they get injured? They lose their scholarship and they never get to finish school unless they pay for school out their own pocket. So no, I don't think it's ruining college. But on the flip side of that, I think it's ruining competition between teams. Not ruining college football, but it's ruining the competition. And that part of it is really annoying.
I think that's fair. I'm gonna say it is ruining college football because shut the fuck up and play. God damn it. I'm tired of you niggas flip-flopping and going to school just because the shit ain't fucking the way the system or the perfect way you like it. You know what I'm saying? And right.
I feel you.
And that's my biggest point. They aren't using it. I don't think they're using it right. Right. I think that's the reason why I say this aspect of what they have, this system currently that they have in place, I think it is taking place and ruining college football because it's like you got too many people that can just be like, oh, well, I don't like it here. Oh, well, somebody's better than me. Oh, well, they're not giving me enough money, so I'm just going to leave. And it's like, nah, bro, you made a commitment not only to this team, but like to the fans, to the coaches, to your brothers in the locker room. Like one thing that I could never stand as somebody who played on the team is somebody who would show up for 1 week and be all rah-rah, like, yeah, I'm with y'all, but you have other motives. You're not with us, really. You with us for the time being or until the well dries up and then you're gone. Like, that's not commitment. That's not brotherhood, like, to me at least. And it's like we got a whole bunch of flip-floppy, wishy-washy, I'm going to bounce from here to here guys just because they can. It's like, just because you can do it, you should. Like, stay your ass in one motherfucking spot. Play the game that you signed up to play and at the spot that you signed up to fucking to be at. I was watching I think it was Boston College, and they were talking about their quarterback and how he was being recruited by all of these other teams and had all the opportunities to leave and stayed. He was like, yeah, I'm just gonna stay. I'm gonna wait it out. And now he has Boston College in the ample position to make the college football playoffs at the end of the season. So it's like a lot of these guys, the reason why I say this current system that we have is kind of ruining it is like a lot of these guys don't appreciate the grind no more. They see it's hard. They see they're not making enough money, or they didn't give them a good enough brand deal, and oh well, I'm gonna go somewhere else because somebody else was in my ear talking about how good I was, and they said I can drive a Porsche every Friday instead of doing a commercial for a fridge. Like it's getting weird, bro. I just need you niggas to shut the fuck up.
I think one of the biggest things is that colleges can pay their players now, and it's one of the most annoying things. I really just think how Mel says they're using it as a pay to play and not NIL is my thing. Like, I really do believe it's like, yo, the college shouldn't be able to pay you, but anybody that wants to sponsor you outside the college should be able to pay you for a commercial, for your autograph, for shit like that. That was the point of NIL, name, image, likeness.
Right.
That was the point. People, a lot of coaches and a lot of programs are using it as you come here, we're going to pay you this much. That's not what NIL is.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're paying you to play, which is pretty much against the law of what the NCAA originally stood for. Now, we wanted NIL for one reason only. For shit like Reggie Bush or Vince Young signing autographs and getting money for his autographs. You know what I'm saying? Or Johnny Manziel being in a commercial and he can't get paid for it. Like that's always been that was one of my biggest. Yes, Mel, I know the colleges aren't the ones playing, but I think NIL should mean name, image, likeness if you're on commercials, if they're using your name or your image to sell things. Like, hey, this is Johnny Manziel, and I support whatever Chevrolet dealership it is, and you're on a commercial. That's what NIL should be. That's what it should be. But colleges are using outside companies just to be like, hey, we're going to pay you this much if you come play, and we're going to do this. That's not what NIL was intended for. And I know a lot of y'all know that's what's happening. And that's what a lot of people that aren't star players in college see going on, and that's the biggest flaw in NIL.
Yeah, I think
that's kind of interesting too, because when you go back and you look at it, Nick Saban retired because of this. This is the reason why he left the game, because he felt the way you felt, Moo, that the competitive flavor of college football would be tainted. So I think it's kind of interesting that, hey, yeah, NIL is great because you're able to get the money for your likeness being on this, that, the other, or on this video game or whatever the situation may be. But when it's misused or mishandled, now it starts messing with the competitive spirit of the game. And I think this is why Coach Saban left.
That's funny
because of that.
That's funny to me because I never agreed with that. Coach Saban left because he didn't have a stronghold anymore to recruit all the 5-star athletes.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Go anywhere
and
else
that's true. And that's true. But what put him in that spot?
He was at Alabama.
But what put him in that spot where he couldn't recruit those 4- and 5-star players? Now that you got NIL, anybody can scoop you up for the right price.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Players aren't going to colleges because of the legacies no more.
Yeah. People are not going to Alabama for it being Alabama.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. It's a legacy thing. So people aren't going there for legacies no more. And I don't have no problem with people not going there for legacies no more. Nick Saban left college football because he couldn't control the landscape no more with just him being, we win championships over here.
Exactly. And that's
he
punked out. I don't care what nobody got to say about that. He punked out. He got scared. He knew he couldn't keep the legacy of winning anymore because Alabama always had multiple 5-star recruits, 4-star recruits. So he punked out. We were literally going to see, hey, if you don't have all these 5-star recruits and it came down to nothing coaching, what are you going to do now?
Exactly.
That the playing field is leveled.
And NIL forced him, and NIL would have forced him to face that reality, but he decided to leave instead of.
I mean, all he had to do was fork up the money like everybody else was doing.
Yep. Yep.
That's
You
a
want somebody, you got to fork up that money.
Yeah, but I think because we know that colleges aren't the one paying. Let me put this comment back up there. We know that colleges aren't the one paying, but I think what colleges are doing or what they're guilty of doing is using the name or the brand of NIL to lure and entice players. And once they go late or once they go after the fact, after they get this kid, to sign away, or after they get this kid back on campus or whatever the case may be, then they go to the NIL like, okay, we got this kid and we're ready to, put this guy forward and we want to get him on the NIL deal. And what can you do for us, whatever the case may be. So then the NIL is like, okay, well, now we're pressed because now we have to get this kid on an NIL deal because he's already here and you had already promised him all kind of extra shit. So now we have to go through all the shit like that. So I think
Giants want to lose this game.
That's the
They do.
They
do.
I think
that was a stupid ass play call.
Yep.
Oh wow. I think that's the monkey part about it is when you have colleges, extra coaches, different kind of recruiters that are approaching these kids without the confirmation or without anything in writing from the boosters first, and then they go back after the fact, and then it's like, hey, yeah, so what do you think? What do you guys think of this kid? Like, look at his highlights, look at this kid, look at his stats, whatever the case may be. We've already talked to him and he's down to come play, but we got to get him an NIL deal. And I think that's the fucked up part about it. And that's what they don't tell the kids, nor are they telling the coaches, nor are they telling the NIL collective people. Like, they're not, everybody's trying kind of pillow talking right now to get kids to play without necessarily handling everything in the right way. So I just think it's kind of weird, and unless they get a handle on it, it's gonna get out of control. But
get better. Like I say, it's gonna get worse before it get better.
Yeah, and I definitely think that's where we're at this. That's where we are at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if, like I said, if this isn't the avalanche effect. Kids start redshirting, foregoing their seasons to enter the transfer portal in the middle of the season, just so they have another season. But let's do a quick pivot, fellas. You ready to talk some WNBA basketball real quick?
Oh, before we do that real quick, can I say one thing?
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead.
I just want to say one thing real quick. Derrick Rose, thank you, my friend.
Oh,
yes, man.
I was gonna save that for the end of the show because I got a whole thing mapped out for my boy D Rose. I got a whole soliloquy mapped out.
That's my boy, man. That's my boy, man.
I was gonna save that for the end of the show. My boy D Rose, I got you, dog. Trust me.
Well, let's revisit that. Let's revisit
Yeah,
that.
let's revisit that for real. Yeah,
we definitely will. But talk a little WNBA.
I'm so excited, y'all.
I am absolutely juiced right now. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I think this is probably one of the best seasons that we're going to get, especially before we go forward, before all this young talent is going to start to come up and come in. But let's talk a little bit about this Fever Connecticut Sun series, okay? Connecticut wins 2-0 with the sweep. But a lot of people are calling it a fluke. Dejanay Carrington with the infamous eye poke. Caitlin Clark. Do we think it affected Caitlin and her game in any way, shape, or form during that series? Micah, we'll start with you.
Oh, man. Oh.
I think me and DJ gonna have the same opinion on this.
No, and hell no. It didn't.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you.
It didn't.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, man. Look, Moo. I don't know how you feel about this, Moo, but come on, man. Look, there is no damage done to the eye. She got poked in the eye. Was it intentional? I think so. Everybody might not agree with me, but I mean, there's no way you're going from you're not going from an open hand to
this ain't no finger poke of doom either.
To a cobra just boom. But listen, maybe she should have been suspended, Mel. But let me tell you, all right, I've been in fights in school and got punched in the eye harder than she got poked in the eye. Okay, I've been punched in the eye harder than she got poked in the eye, and I've gotten into a fight with a black guy from getting punched in the eye, and I can see perfectly. My eye was swollen. It is what it is. No, That shit did not affect the series in no kind of way. And no, I do not think they would have won regardless. The fact of the matter is, like my boy Shannon Sharp used to tell Skip Bayless, they lost. They lost. You can do all that huffing and puffing about Caitlin Clark and how good she is, but here's what I know. They lost. Fair and square.
Man, you don't know that, Mel. You could have been on the court right after that.
Bro, I play basketball every day after school. Mel, they lost.
He was in the gym getting up shots. Stop playing with that, man.
They lost, Mel. I don't care what you gotta say.
DJ.
I
say
don't
it again, DJ.
give a damn.
DJ, say it again.
They lost. They weren't the better team. They were the worst team. They lost. That's it. That's all there is to it. They would have lost if Caitlin Clark got hit in the eye or not. They lost. I don't care, bro. People can say whatever they want to do, but at the end of the day, hey, what did they say? What coach said? You play to win the game. Well, guess what? You lost.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
I'm sorry. Look, this is not this person got suspended and they lost because Caitlin Clark got suspended. This is not Caitlin Clark was hurt and they got suspended. No, they lost. They weren't the better team.
Nope.
In a 3-game series, you cheated to steal game 1. Mel, they lost, Mel. They lost. There's no way this team, I don't think this team would have won the series. Her team would have won the series regardless. They lost.
Yep. Fair and square loss.
They actually got handled pretty solidly in game 1. But Willie, what's your thoughts, man?
Yo, I will say this. I will give Indiana their props to the way they started the season. They were trashed the way they started the season. For them to even make it to where it is, hey, I got to give them props on that. But they lost this game. They lost this game. They lost the series. That's just all it is to it. Everybody getting all mad because it's Caitlin Clark. Look, I'm tired of seeing Stevie A. Smith. I'm tired of seeing Shannon Sharp always going in front for this girl. Yeah, is she good? Yeah. Is she rookie of the year good? Yeah, but let's not forget the fact that she's not the best player in this league. That belongs to Asia Wilson. So don't ever forget that fact. Don't ever forget that fact. That's number 1. Number 2, the finger poke don't matter. It don't matter. They were not going to beat Connecticut. There was no way in the world that was going to beat Connecticut. Get out of here with that. Stop sipping for this girl, man. Stop it. It makes me mad because every time you turn around, he on nightcap. Y'all let that girl cook. Y'all let that girl cook. Man, shut up.
We did let her cook, and she lost.
Exactly. She was cooking and she lost. She was in the kitchen cooking, and the dinner got burned and had to throw it out. It's over. She gone. Jeez, leave that. You got your attention on the wrong player. You need to be paying attention to Asia Wilson and stop giving this girl all this damn attention. Asia is what's making this league what it is, not her.
Oh man, that's petty. That's petty. Oh, that's petty. Don't do that. That's
Mr. Melvin Jackson. I have never called you by your government name, Melvin Jackson. Let me tell you something, Mel.
No way.
I got 2 words for you, Mel. 2. She lost.
Exactly. She gone. Bye. That's all it is to it. That's all it is to it. I know it ain't got nothing to do with Asia at the end of the day. I'm just tired of all this press this girl getting. They gone. She lost. I ain't never seen a loser get so much press like that girl getting. She gone. Let her go.
Y'all are really pressed because Caitlin Clark is knocked out the playoffs. She fucking lost. I've never seen a loser get praised so much.
Ain't never seen it before.
This is freaking crazy, bruh. She lost in the first round. She lost. I'm not saying that she can't bounce back next year and win MVP or whatever. But guess what happened her rookie year?
Gone.
Eliminated. Why are we still talking about her and this damn eye poke, I have no idea. We understand she got poked in the eye. We understand there should have been a suspension. But guess what? LeBron could have got poked in the eye yesterday and lose, and y'all wouldn't have been caring about LeBron as much as y'all care about Caitlin Clark getting poked in the eye right now.
Yep.
She lost.
Yep.
I mean, they do that. They've been doing this for Caitlin since everybody.
And the thing that killed me, man, and the thing that be killing me, y'all
we're not. No, we're not on BS. This has been a season-long thing. When Angel Reese is playing better, all y'all could talk about was, well, Caitlin Clark, but Angel Reese is in the lead for Rookie of the Year. Well, Caitlin Clark, look, bruh, y'all have been pushing the narrative on this girl all season. And now that she's out of the playoffs, y'all still want to make her the story, bruh.
Despite the fact that we got the Aces and a Liberty coming up.
Okay, I have no problem with you saying she's the greatest rookie in WNBA history. I have no problem with you saying Caitlin Clark is the greatest rookie in WNBA history.
No problem with it.
None. But we're not talking about her winning Rookie of the Year. We're talking about the press coverage when her ass was losing, and y'all still kept on giving her a lot of press coverage.
Don't disrespect Miss Parker.
She lost, and y'all can't accept it. She lost.
I ain't never seen somebody talk so much about somebody losing, giving positive press, but she out the picture. She gone.
But y'all gotta remember they've been doing this for her since college. Remember, she lost the national championship to LSU, and they gave her all the press.
Hey, Moo, I'm happy you said that, because since college with Caitlin Clark, I kept on saying nah, hey, goodbye, because bruh.
And now she's gone.
We're starting to get to the point where we are starting to hate the media coverage of her now, because even when she loses, they cover her more than the Why are we talking about Caitlin Clark losing more than we're talking about Connecticut winning this series?
I ain't never seen a loser be covered more than this since Stone Cold lost his last match to The Rock. I ain't never seen anything like this before.
Hold on. I saw LeBron James in 2015, dog.
True.
When he...
True. That's true too. But it's ridiculous to me. Move on, man. Move on. We got 2 great games. Move on.
I didn't talk about Angel Reese all season. What you mean y'all did for Reese all season? No, I didn't. 28 double. And only won 6 games?
The Sky only won 6 games, but that's making history. Like, we're not gonna sit up here and act like she wasn't making history.
Right.
Yeah, her shooting percentage was in the toilet, but hey, shit, nigga, fuck it. Nigga, we out here.
That's fine and everything. Look, 28 double doubles and only won 6 games. I'm not disputing Caitlin Clark winning Rookie of the Year. Nobody's disputing Caitlin Clark winning Rookie of the Year. We're disputing that y'all are making all these excuses on why she lost. There's no excuse. Her team just wasn't good enough. She wasn't good enough. They lost.
DJ,
Move on.
DJ, let me ask you a question. How many people who don't know basketball is up again behind this girl? How many people who've never watched a WNBA game in their life get behind this girl?
Did this right. So promoting her, losing her is okay. LOL. Bruh, you promote LeBron losing all the time. I don't want to hear it. I really don't. You talk about LeBron losing all the time. We'll talk about Caitlin Clark losing now. You talk about LeBron being praised for losing. You're praising Caitlin Clark for losing. I don't want to. I wish Mel was on here right now, because when it comes to LeBron losing,
somebody send him the link.
When LeBron is losing, and people are praising him, you got a problem all the time. It doesn't matter if he was the best player in the series. You don't want to hear it. Now all of a sudden you're sitting here telling me So promoting her losing is okay. Yes, the same way people promote LeBron losing like you do. So what? She
gone, man.
lost.
Get over it. Get over it. We got 2 great games. We need to sit back and enjoy
Good
the talent for
Lord, man.
these 4 teams.
Moo, you got to get your co-host, dog. Come on.
Oh, I love it. This is hilarious. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm
to
gonna
you.
love seeing the Aces and the Liberty go at it. I'm gonna love it. Then the fever
The
gone.
Cowboys kicker missed the field goal. Oh my God. Oh, he said send him the link. Please send this nigga the link.
Please send him the link. Please.
Do that real quick. Drop this.
But yeah, I do want to see the Liberty and the Aces go at it. That's gonna be a good series. That's gonna be a good series.
All right. Now, while we wait for Optimus Mail to get here, let's go ahead and talk about these little previews, like Willie alluded to, Aces Liberty. We do got a nice little rematch from earlier this season, and I believe the final last year. Honestly, Willie, how we feeling about this matchup?
Up and coming versus defending champs. Until somebody knock them out, I gotta go with defending champs. Until somebody knock them out.
DJ Micah B?
And I ain't gonna complain. And if they do get knocked out, guess what? I ain't gonna complain because they want the better team if they get knocked out.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I kind of agree with Willie on this one. Look. The Aces have a stacked team, man.
Yep.
Kelsey Plum and Asia, man, this is the New York Liberty is the only team I think that can match up with them and actually beat them this season. I do think whoever wins this series will win the WNBA championship.
Mm-hmm. Give it.
I do think that. This one is so hard to pick, but I'm going to go with my girl, Asia, best player in the WNBA. But god damn, bro, it's god damn it. The Cowboys just intercepted the ball game.
Yeah, the Cowboys just intercepted.
Dang.
But nonetheless, man, I think the Aces at the beginning of the season, I said I think the Aces are going to repeat. I do think so. The Liberty can dethrone them, though. They have the talent to dethrone them.
They got the talent to do it. They got the talent.
They really have the talent to dethrone them. But I do. If I had to put money on it, I would bet on the Aces. Asia Wilson is clearly the MVP. Even though Enrique been balling all season for a lot of y'all.
I'm about to say that. Yep, I'm about to say that.
Enrique has been going crazy.
Yep.
Enrique has. But I still think Asia and the Aces got this thing secured, man. I think they're going back to back.
I like this matchup. I do think that whoever wins this matchup, this is a really solid matchup. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think this is really gonna go back and forth. So some really good basketball is gonna be played. Brianna Stewart, as of lately, has been playing really good. Sabrina Ionescu just coming off a 36-point victory. So both of these teams are playing high-level basketball right now. But I do think that the challenge is going to be in the finals.
Didn't they split during a regular season 2-2?
They did. Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
but
they split 2-2.
I think the challenge is going to be in the finals because no matter who you go up against between the Lynx or the Sun, the Lynx, they are not only one of the best defensive teams in the league, but they're one of the best three-point shooting teams in the league.
Yep.
They have shooters, and they can shoot very, very well at high volume, and they don't need just the three ball to win. Not to mention, and then on the other side, you go with the Sun. They're the best defensive team in the league. They're feisty, they're scrappy, they play really, really good defense. They get in lanes. They can lock it down. Yeah, they lock it down, and probably one of the best transition teams in the league, both offensively and defensively. Right? You got De'Erica Bonner, you got Alyssa Thomas, you got Dejanay Carrington, who just won Most Improved, right? You got just a whole bunch of players over there. Like they are formidable.
The eye poker.
Hey, shoot, call it what you want, but don't call her broke. You feel me?
Don't do that, man.
I'm telling you, they got it over there. They got a really stacked team, and I think a lot of people should take this team into consideration to get to the finals. They're not a team to be playing with. A lot of their players can score in getting the double figures really quickly, and like I said, they're a really good defensive team. So I do think that the challenge is going to probably come into the finals. And this is definitely a series these are definitely two series that I'm looking forward to and want to see. Now,
and I'm glad Caitlin gone because now you got other players that the league can focus on. I'm glad she gone.
Well, I mean, it's interesting, and I told everybody this. She was gonna have.
He is. He is.
Oh man. Uh-oh, here we go.
Welcome in.
Oh boy.
Here come
What's up,
Picante.
man? What's up, brother?
I did tell everybody that this is probably going to be a tough series for her, regardless of the fact if it's the eye poke that one or not. I told everybody this is probably going to be
doom, baby.
Main reason being.
Here we go.
He's looked
I'll
at
poke a doom. Here we go. What's up, man?
Hey,
What's up, man?
Y'all better get right.
Oh yeah, I had to get ready. So you know.
He said, "Y'all better get right, man. Hold on."
Yeah. You know,
welcome in, man.
What's up, man? You know,
we got 3 light skins on the camera, dog. This is a beautiful day in America.
Got me turned up over here now. All right, let's clear this up. One, it's not about promoting her as a loser, because you can't skip over the fact that she did get poked in the eye a minute into the game. Like, did she not have a black eye by halftime?
I acknowledge that.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a shooter, what other than your hands, what's the second most important thing you're gonna need to shoot?
Shoulders. I'm just playing. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Hey, that was funny because you blasted that shit off quick.
Yep.
And I'm not making excuses for it. What I'm saying is you can't say that the Sun were the better team when they took out the best player on the opposing team real early.
I can't say the Sun were the better team.
No, in that series.
Why not?
Mel.
Why not?
Everybody
was Caitlin Clark operating at full capacity?
Why can't we say that?
Was Caitlin Clark operating at full capacity?
Was she?
But the Suns were a better team the whole season.
Exactly. So was she? Did she say she couldn't?
Just because you were the better team all season doesn't mean you're the better team in the playoffs.
Did she say she couldn't see eye to eye?
Season, you're right about that.
Did she say she couldn't see?
Did she say no? She had a black eye, dog.
You telling me you can't see straight out of a black eye, Mel?
Dumped her shit. No,
Not seeing. Not seeing. We're talking about shooting a basketball.
Can you see out of a black eye without seeing double vision? Yes or no?
I can blow my ACL. I can still walk. Doesn't mean I can run routes.
Mel, blowing your ACL and being poked in the eye is two different things. So
no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Greatly different.
It's greatly different. It's greatly different.
So you don't get double vision if you get poked in your eye?
That's what. Did she say?
When you get a black eye,
did she say that though? Did she say that?
Does your eye not swell up?
Mel,
does your eye not swell up?
I just asked that from the get-go. I said, did she say she had double vision?
No, whether she said it, because she doesn't make excuses.
Oh, but now she doesn't make excuses.
That's for the fans to do.
That's for the media to do. That's for her press to do.
You can't sit there and say she don't make excuses. Like she might not have made the excuse, but she might have been able to see perfectly fine too. We don't know.
We do know she got poked in the fucking eye.
Mel, when LeBron got his shit tore and he had to wear a face mask and still went crazy and won the game, did he make excuses?
I still think that face mask was.
Where was it?
I think so too. Sympathy.
Where was the cut at?
Yeah, okay, fine. Y'all might think it was sympathy. Look, I think it was sympathy too. I'm just saying.
Where was the cut at? Where was the cut at?
Right. So where was Caitlin Clark's eye cut at?
Answer the question. Answer the question.
I don't think it was cut. But where was Caitlin? Where was Caitlin Clark's eye cut at?
It was above his eyebrow, right? Getting poked in the eye and having a cut above your eyebrow are not the same thing. They are not comparable.
Mel.
This is PVT. Welcome to PVT.
Mel. If she can't see and she can't, because here's what I know. I've heard you say over and over again, if you can play, there's no excuse.
I'm not. What excuse did I make? You're
sitting here saying she couldn't see.
Listen,
that's an excuse. You're sitting here saying she can't see.
I said, was she operating at full capacity?
I already addressed that.
So if she wasn't operating at full capacity, can we clearly say that the Suns were a better team?
Yes, we can, because of the regular season.
No, regular season means nothing. The playoffs is a new season. What? The playoffs is a new season.
Oh my God.
That's technically a good point. That is technically a good point.
A new season.
Mel. It's technically a new season.
Mel.
Who did the Milwaukee Bucks lose to in the playoffs last year?
The Miami Heat.
Who had the better record?
The Milwaukee Bucks.
So what? So did their regular season mean any fucking thing?
Yes, it did. They got the highest seed, and yes, it did. They got the highest seed, and they lost.
Did they lose to the lower seed?
Yes, they did. But Giannis also didn't. But Giannis also didn't play in a couple of games.
The record didn't mean anything.
Caitlin Clark still played.
Did their record mean anything?
Yes, it did, because they got home court advantage.
What did it mean?
It meant that they had home court advantage.
Did it match to the Miami Heat? Did they lose? Did they lose?
Yes, they lost.
Okay, so then the record is a new season, so the records don't matter.
The records do matter. Yes, it does.
You're telling me that the Sun was a better team because the record. I gave you an example of a team with a better record losing in the playoffs.
Yes, and I think, but see, here's the
difference.
Records
don't matter.
Hey, no. The Fever were trash last year. Miami was still good the year before and was good last year too. This past season,
Caitlin Clark wasn't on the team last year.
It does. Okay, so what? Damian Lillard wasn't on freaking Milwaukee last year.
And I am giving you this season. Who did Milwaukee lose to in the playoffs? Who did they lose to in the playoffs?
They lost to the Miami Heat.
Who had the better record?
The Milwaukee Bucks did.
Okay, then. So the regular season record had nothing to do with them being a better team going into the playoffs.
Giannis didn't play a couple of games, but you know who did play?
So injuries matter.
Hey, Caitlin Clark did play though.
Wait a minute.
No. Because I literally, I literally said one thing that you say all the time. If you're good to play, there's no excuses. If you're good to play, there's no excuses. Caitlin Clark was good to play, right? So there's no excuses.
Injuries matter, though.
She. No, I don't want to hear that now because I've heard you say
no.
over and over again.
You just said. What did you say? What did you just say?
Giannis literally had to sit out of games. Caitlin Clark didn't have to sit out.
They only got 3 fucking games. She can't afford to sit out no games.
She don't sit there and say she can't afford. If a team is
It's a
good,
3-game series. It's a
Hey.
best out of 3.
so what? So
Not
what?
a best out of 7.
She played, didn't she? If you're good enough to play, there's no
Do you
way.
have more leeway to sit out a game and rest up if you're playing 7 games or 3 games?
Hey, you played. If you can't see out your eye, sit your ass down because you're detriment to your team.
The same way, if someone is hurt in game 6, they tough it out in game 7 because there are no more games. But if you get hurt in game 1, you can sit game 2 because you know there are 5 other games after that. There was no time for her to sit down and rest it because she had to play that game.
No. She didn't have to play. She could have
She
sat her
had
ass
to play
down.
the game.
Hey,
It was only 3 games.
She could have believed in her team to pull the shit out, yes or no. And she knew her
It's the same team that had the first overall pick to get her ass. They suck.
She knew damn well her team couldn't win without her. Her team isn't good enough because she knew her team didn't even stand.
No, but she's good enough. She's good enough.
Her.
How many games did the Indiana Fever win last year?
They barely stood
How
a chance.
many games did they win last year?
Was it one?
I don't know off the top of my head how many games they won last year. I don't know off the top of my head.
How many games did they win this year?
20.
20.
Exactly.
I know that for sure.
I alluded to that though. It was great that the Fever got to the playoffs and competed, but at the end of the day, they weren't good enough.
They weren't.
Their star player
They weren't good enough.
injured.
At the end of the day, it's not just about Caitlin Clark. It's your team being good enough, and they weren't good enough.
What's the engine that drives the Indiana Fever?
I think there's two. I think it's a 2-part engine.
No, there's one engine.
I think
There's one engine.
I think it's a 2-part engine.
No,
At least for me,
the Hemi in that car is Caitlin Clark.
Well, the transmission got to be Aaliyah Boston because
What happened in game 1?
Particularly later on in the season.
Mel, what happened in game 1?
those two together are
She
scary.
got poked in the fucking eye, dog. Why are you glossing over that like that didn't happen?
What happened in game 1?
There wasn't no finger poker doing.
Aaliyah Boston was rookie of the year before Caitlin got there. Let's not do that.
Mel, my whole thing here is
Poked in the eye and shot
you never
from the field.
Hey. When LeBron lost,
we are talking about
no. When LeBron lost in 2015 to the Warriors, I've heard you say multiple times, well, LeBron, this, and this. He should have still been able to win the series. Without Kyrie Irving and without without Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love.
I said LeBron is healthy.
Aaliyah Boston is the better player on the fucking team.
You are out of your rabbit ass mind.
Aaliyah Boston has been the star player on that team before Caitlin
You are
Clark
out of your
came.
rabbit fucking mind.
Good Lord.
You said Aaliyah Boston is better than Indy. Get the fuck out of here,
Aaliyah
dog.
Boston has been
No.
Aaliyah Boston has been the better player on that team. I'm not saying this year. I'm not saying this year.
Aaliyah Boston got drafted last year. So when you talking about?
Aaliyah Boston has been balling. But here's
why. Why has she been balling? She's been balling. Who's been balling better?
She was balling last year.
Caitlin Clark came alive during the middle of the season.
Came alive during the middle of the season?
Yes, because she started off trash. And you know this to be true.
And she had to get turnovers.
She adjusted.
Explain to me what trash is.
Leave
Mullins out of this.
Listen, No, because you haven't been on PVT to hear me talk about nothing. So and listen to what I gotta say.
That's why I said talk to me. That's why I said talk to me.
Stop talking and listen to what I gotta say. Now move. Correct me if I'm wrong. I said in the beginning of the season, hey, Caitlin Clark has to get adjusted to the speed of the game. And that's what hindering her, right? And that's what was hindering her. Yes or no?
This is true.
That's exactly what I said.
That was said on this show, by the way.
Yep.
On this show, that's the reason why I said moo. For your information, says she has to adjust to the speed of the game.
Now, explain to what trash is to you.
She was bad at the beginning of the season.
What's bad? What's bad?
Inefficient, just like Angel Reese was. They were both inefficient at the beginning of the season. They were. The stats are there to back it up.
So you're basing this off the first 10 games of the season.
Mel, how long is the WNBA season?
I'm asking you a question.
This is not the NBA when the season.
She was still averaging 14, 5, and 5. But go ahead.
That's fine. She could average 14, 5, and 5, but it was inefficient. That's exactly what I said. I said it was inefficient. That's exactly why I said it was trash, because it was inefficient 14, 5, and 5. It wasn't a good 14. It didn't equate to wins. It was inefficient.
So why?
Yes or no?
So why were you bigging up? So then why were you bigging up the Angel Reese double doubles then?
That was me. I was doing that just because.
Just because.
No, he said out of his own mouth, Angel Reese was balling.
I did say Angel. I said, hey, Angel Reese was balling. She was, because she had double doubles.
How was she balling, but Caitlin wasn't?
Hey! I never said Angel Reese was good. I said she was balling because she was averaging double doubles.
Balling, but Caitlin wasn't.
Literally,
I don't think anybody
He just said.
I never said she was good.
That she was trash.
I never said Angel Reese was good either. I said she was balling.
Unless I'm confusing what you mean by balling. What does that mean?
Angel Reese broke the record for double doubles is what I meant by she was balling. She broke the record.
Inefficient, according to you.
Inefficient. It was. Angel Reese's double doubles was inefficient.
And they weren't winning. So why do you care about the double doubles?
They weren't. No, I'm sitting here saying you, on the other hand, are talking about you're saying, well, hey, you're praising Caitlin Clark losing, and I'm just like, yo,
her losing.
Well, we're praising Caitlin Clark losing. My bad. You're saying we're praising Caitlin Clark losing. We're happy she lost. No, the fuck we're not. But here's what I'm also saying. Starting at the beginning of the season, in most MVP ladders, Angel Reese was higher. I'm not saying that she was a better player. I'm not saying she had a better season. What I'm saying is, according to what the fuck was going on, when all the stats were out and things like that, Angel Reese was higher on the MVP ladder. So,
and it was bullshit.
Well, I don't know if it was bullshit, but
depends on how you look at it. They play two different positions. You got one's a
player. I'm not saying either one was better than the other.
I am. Caitlin Clark was better.
Well, that's fine. You can say Caitlin Clark was better. That's fine. I'm not saying either one had a better season than the other.
The league told you when she won Rookie of the Year. The league told you that Caitlin Clark had the better season.
Well, fine. But Angel Reese missed how many games the last couple of weeks of the season?
When she faked it? Yeah.
No, she ain't fake it. But she couldn't play. But I tell you one thing,
I'm not gonna turn the connotation around. I ain't gonna
suited up and played, right?
Me and my cousin alone.
I ain't gonna do it.
Specifically say over and over again, if you're good enough to play, there's no excuse.
He got hurt during the game, not before the game.
Hey. You have specifically said time and time again
during the game.
No. You have specifically said time and time again.
Yes.
If you're good enough to play, there's no excuse. Stop making excuses.
No, you're making understand what you're talking about.
Stop
saying you get hurt. No. Getting hurt in game is totally different, dog. That is totally different.
So, man, let me ask you this:
how
are we giving this girl the benefit of the doubt like this? How? How are we giving this girl the benefit of the doubt?
Because going into that game, what was Caitlin Clark averaging going into the playoffs? Was she not tearing the league out? She was averaging 26, 6, and 8 going into the playoffs.
Okay.
This is
All
true.
right.
26, 6, and 8.
So now you completely took that off the table with the injury and with the eye poke a minute into the game.
Did they take it off the table or did she just get eye poked?
Right.
Well, she did follow up the next game with a 25 ball. So I mean, the stats do line up. If she is probably at 100% during the first game probably is a lot closer like it was the second game. Not saying that they win. I'm just saying that the score is probably like.
But the first game was close. It was a 6-point
game. First
game.
game was a blowout. The second game was 6.
Okay, my bad. So second game. My bad. My bad. I got him confused. My bad.
Yeah. So, and when you don't get a fully ready to rock and roll Caitlin Clark, the team is completely different.
You can't sit there and say she wasn't fully ready to rock and roll, Mel. You can't.
So she didn't get poked in the eye then. That's what you're telling me.
So Mel, you ain't never got poked in the eye and came out there and balled the next day. You're literally assuming that she couldn't see out the eye.
She had to do it that second.
You're literally telling me
you said the next day she had to do it right then and there.
Mel, you've never got poked in the eye and couldn't keep on going. Never, right? Never.
I didn't have to play basketball and do it. No, it's a totally different skill set, bro.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Wait. You played what, corner?
I played a whole football season with a broke wrist. With a broke wrist. That's football.
You played football with a broke wrist.
With it.
Hey, Mel.
I don't think he can do that with basketball, though.
You can't do that with basketball.
You can't do that with basketball, but she didn't have a broken wrist. She got poked in the damn eye.
And what do you need to shoot a basketball, dog? Do you not have to see the rim?
I've been poked in the eye before playing basketball and kept on playing. I didn't see double. I didn't see triple, none of that until she comes out and says she couldn't see nothing out that eye. You can't say nothing. You can't. She could have seen perfectly fine after being poked in the eye. She could have. She literally could have.
Just because she doesn't say anything. Steph Curry did not say he had torn his meniscus. His brother had to say it when they lost in 2016.
Okay, that's fine. But guess what? You don't know.
Does that mean he wasn't affected by it?
Okay, how about this? The first 4 years of Stephen Curry's career, he was shooting at 3 different baskets because he couldn't see straight. But we didn't know either, did we?
That was a fair point.
Why can't we just chalk this up to the girl having a bad? Why can't we just chalk this up to this girl having a bad game and move forward?
She got poked in the eye. That's why she had the bad game.
Why can't we just not say this? She had a bad game and we move forward. That's what I'm saying. Why can we not just say she had a bad game and move forward?
Because I'm not going to say she had a bad game because there's a reason why the game was bad.
Oh my God, bro.
If it was anybody else that went 2 for 15, we would say they had a bad game and move forward. But because it's this girl, it's America's white hope. You gotta look at her.
Why did it happen? Why did it happen?
Come on, man. Look, there ain't no reason.
She had 25 points and 9 assists in the next game. I don't want to hear that.
The game was 2 days later, dummy. She had rest. That's why she could play better.
Anybody else, man. This is what I'm saying. Anybody else would have chalked up a bad game and keep moving. But people in this situation want to put more on the narrative, and I'm tired of it. If it was anybody else, it would have been a player had a bad game and move forward.
Did it happen?
Move forward.
Okay, fine. Let's say let's just say now they lose the first game. The Sun lose the first game and the Fever win. The second game, the Sun come back and win, and the third game, the Sun win again. Caitlin Clark had 25 in the second game, and they still lost. She had a chance to take it to a third game. She didn't do it. They lost. She had 25 with 9 assists.
Yes.
So I don't want to hear that. She had it. If she was that good, she should have won the second game, pushed it to a third game, and won again. But she lost in the second game.
That's why I said maybe just the team isn't that good yet.
The team isn't good enough.
The team's not good enough to get the win. The
No,
team is not good
in
enough.
a 3-game series, and you get handicapped in one, and you lose the second game, you were at a disadvantage. You
But
didn't
if you
go
got
into
handicapped
game
in
You're
one,
not at disadvantage in
you
the
got
second
handicapped
game.
in, but you
You
got
lost.
handicapped.
Oh my
But you
fucking
got
God. I
handicapped.
do not understand how
But
you
you got
motherfuckers
handicapped
do
in
not
one.
understand that.
You're
It's
lost.
incredible to me.
You played in the
It's
next two
absolutely incredible
wins.
to me.
Mel,
No, I
you're
understand.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I understand your point. I'm just saying I don't think the team as a whole matched
Would have been
up
good enough.
to Connecticut. But I still think they're one piece away, and I think that piece is in this upcoming draft. I'm not saying that Caitlin Clark wasn't good enough to compete, because obviously she
The
was.
team wasn't.
She dropped 25 in the next game and cut the lead from over 20-point blowout win to just a 6-point win. So I do think that they're one piece away, or maybe a different coach away. But I'm not taking anything away from Kate, because like I said, that surge that the Fever pushed with legitimately on her and Aaliyah Boston's back to make the playoffs when everybody counted them out, when they were one of the worst teams in the league.
That was great to see.
That shit was legitimately amazing. I just think that going into the playoffs, they were at a disadvantage going against the Sun. My personal opinion, I don't think it had. I don't think even with her fully healthy, I still think they lose the series. A close series, but I think they still lose. Just me. I don't think. I'm not saying that Caitlin Clark is trash or anything. Just
I'm not saying Caitlin Clark is trash.
To pop up on me.
They lost. I don't think her team is good enough to compete this year. They lost. They were outmatched. Did they win a lot? Did they win and get into the playoffs on the back of Caitlin Clark? Yes, they did. I will never dispute the fact, but I don't think they were good enough to win the series. I don't. The fact of the matter is, Caitlin put up 25, and you just sat here and said, hey, she averaged 26. What was it? 26, 9 and what? Was 26, 9 and 6 or 9 and 8?
Look, man.
Leading into the playoffs, that's what she averaged. And you're sitting here, well, it was only a 3-game series. Well, guess what? That's what it is. And they could not win the second game.
We had 5 at least.
They could not win the second game. Even though Caitlin Clark balled the hell out, they still got outplayed as a team. Do I think Caitlin Clark deserved to win Rookie of the Year? Absolutely. Do I think she was the better rookie? Absolutely. But coming into the series, did I think they were going to win? No, because I didn't think her team was good enough. I never thought her team was good enough to win a playoff series. That is
Why not?
facts for me.
Why not?
Because they weren't good enough all year.
They were the best team they were the second best team in the league in the second half of the season, were they not?
Second half of the season is not the season, Mel.
I'm asking you a question.
I'm giving you an answer.
So momentum means nothing.
Mel, you being the best team in the second half of the season.
Momentum means nothing.
I'm answering your question. You keep cutting me off. You see how this works?
Well, I love you, bro. I swear I love you, dog.
Picante, relax. Okay? Relax.
I love my boy Mel. I swear I do.
Relax. There have been plenty of teams that have surged in the second half of the season and have fizzled out and not win a championship.
And there have been teams that have won championships by playing good in the second half of the season, right?
Well, guess what? They weren't one of them because they lost.
No. But no, my point was you completely wrote them off as if they had zero chance, and that's not true.
I did not completely write them off. I did not.
You said
hey. Just because I thought Connecticut was going to win the series doesn't mean I didn't give Indiana a chance. I'm just saying I thought Connecticut was going to win the series. That's not completely writing them off. I said, hey, I thought Connecticut. That is not the definition of writing nobody off.
Yes, it is. By saying that Connecticut was going to win the series, you're saying you're writing Indiana off.
Mel, that is not the same thing as writing somebody off.
These two things are completely different. If I say, you know what, going into the series, the Connecticut Sun are going to win this series in 3 games, 2 games, whatever it may be. It's totally different if I say, you know what, it's going to be a tough series. It's a coin flip. It can go either way.
So I can't sit here and say, I think Connecticut is going to win the series, but it wouldn't shock me if Indiana did because they have Caitlin Clark.
That's hedging your bet.
But that's not what you said.
All
I said was going into the series, I thought Connecticut was going to win. That's all I said.
Indiana off.
That's not writing Indiana off. You didn't ask for the other side. I'm sitting here telling you I thought Connecticut was going to win, and they won. You didn't ask for the other. You didn't say so. You didn't give you never said so. You didn't give Indiana a chance.
I don't need to ask that. You just said you answered it already.
No, stop. Because then you would have like, so you didn't give Indiana a chance, and I would have said, hey, I would have also thought if Caitlin just went ballistic for 30+ points every game, they would have won. But it would ride on Caitlin Clark to go bananas.
How you say, okay, because maybe the two of us, the way I word things is completely different.
No, the way you interpret things is completely different.
Not the way you worded it. You said
no.
The way you interpreted it, winning the series.
Yes, if I had to bet money, I would have bet on Connecticut winning the series.
And then you stop. You never added. You never amended. You never added anything else.
What? Mel.
If he thought, hold on, Mel. If he thought that Connecticut was the better team, he gave you his opinion on who he think is the better team.
No, I agree with that. Why you can't tell me you didn't write Indiana off?
Why should he give the other side any credence? That's my question. Because if he thought Connecticut was the better team, then why give the other side any credit at all?
That's an ongoing series.
He wrote Indiana off.
I did not write Indiana off. This is not an ongoing series. This is a series that's over.
This is not writing Indiana off. If someone asked you who's going to win.
You didn't ask me this before the series started. If you would have asked before the series started, like, hey, I think Connecticut is going to win. But if Caitlin Clark goes crazy in the series, Indiana has a good chance of winning the series.
And nobody
that's what I would have told you.
And no one should have to hedge their bet with anybody when they go to picking winners. I'm not hedging my bet. If I think Connecticut's better team, Connecticut's better team. I'm not going to sit and hedge my bets and say, I'm not going to do that.
Writing the other team off.
What?
It's not writing the other team off.
It's not writing them off.
All right. We can go back and forth with semantics all night. Now, look, I had a whole nother segment lined up, but I'm going to go ahead and just kick it to last thoughts, starting with my boy Optimus Mel, because it's getting late and we got to get up out of here. So, Mel, go ahead and kick us off with our last thoughts, man.
No, we chilling, man. We chilling. Like, hey, just tune in tomorrow. Inside the Huddle. I'm all over this UNLV shit. I'm all over the Vegas Raiders shit. Look, tomorrow's show is gonna be nuts. You already got a piece of it here. It's gonna be nuts. Yeah, I mean, like I said, appreciate you guys. I had to jump in for a little bit, just for a little bit. You know, that's what I gotta do. We had a meeting on Sunday. We're gonna turn up the juice on these damn shows. We're gonna turn the juice up on these goddamn shows. You hear me? That's why we here. That's what we do. We do.
Absolutely.
We're making business decisions. Name the
Business.
show.
All right, AP. All right, AP. We hear you. My bad. All right, Coach. We hear you. DJ Michael B, what you got for us?
Man, y'all know what it is. Y'all catch me on PVT every Thursday. Catch me on Gentleman Talks on Wednesday. Make sure you tune to Basket on Monday. Make sure you tune into the best damn football show on the internet, period, on Fridays with Moo and Mel. They will break down to a chemical level what y'all need to know about football and everything like that. And we invite anybody to come on and and debate just the same way Mel did tonight. Just come on. If you want to come on and do your side, go ahead and do your side. You might get cooked like Mel did, but it is what it is.
Never that.
I'm joking, Mel. Chill. No, but for real, hey, y'all tune in to Inside the Huddle tomorrow for real. Best damn football show on the internet, period. Y'all make sure and tune in. That, like I said, they will break down everything from plays to defenses to all that. That's one of the flagship shows on this thing. So, hey, shout out to Moo and Mel on doing Inside the Huddle.
Willie, what you got for us?
First of all, fuck Rob Manfred, you messing with my MLB. So fuck you. Second of all, y'all can catch me here every Thursday, hanging out with these fine gentlemen right here. Player versus team. Catch me on Saturday nights for the Geek Gauntlet podcast. We're gonna be talking some anime. Got some big anime news coming up this weekend. We're gonna be going over that. Got some gaming news as well. And then catch me on Monday nights to Sports Report podcast. Going to continue the great baseball coverage. I was going to be talking about some NFL. So definitely catch me on Monday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
Hey, man. Y'all heard it here first from the fellas, man. Make sure you guys go tap in with all the socials. Make sure you guys go catch all the shows. Like my boy said, catch all the rest of the shows throughout the rest of the week. We will see y'all next week. Peace.
Girl, you rockin' like